I'm not gonna allow you to do that, okay? Would I have done things a little different? I would have, you know, and that's why I've made a mistake so you don't have to. Don't be over there in the corner like, oh my gosh, she didn't text me, he didn't text me. It doesn't matter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Amina. Thank you for coming to my channel. For everyone else, hey, how you doing? The first thing I would have to say when it comes to things I wish I knew in my 20s in general, I feel like it's so important to genuinely and wholeheartedly love yourself. Love yourself, get to know yourself, date yourself, okay? Your 20s in general, it's a selfish era. It's the era that's all about you. Literally, you try things, you like it, you stick with it, you don't. Things that you like to do, do it. The second one is to realize that you're probably not going to find love early, okay? You probably won't find love early at 20 years old, at 21 years old, and that's okay, despite what it looks like around you. If you do and you're one of the lucky ones, then congratulations, and that's amazing. I do believe that long-term relationships can come out of your early 20s and your 20s in general, but don't put so much pressure on yourself to find someone and make them stick just because you feel like this is what you have to do. Like, you don't have to do anything. Obviously, those years, your teenage years, your early 20s specifically, those are the years where we're very impressionable. We want love. We want it right there, right then. And obviously that ties into the first point. If you love yourself, you are getting to know yourself. You're so into your self-care, getting your hair done, your nails done, the gym, school, whatever the case is. You're not really so focused on tapping all the way in, because chances are that relationship probably won't work out. That relationship is going to teach you what you really want. The third thing is to date around. I said date around, not sleep around, but you know, to each their own. Just saying, date around, meaning if Johnny or Sarah, whoever, calls you Monday to go to the movies and Eric calls you Wednesday, you're gonna go on Monday and you're going to go on Wednesday also, because like I said, not saying to sleep with these people, be intimate with these people, but in general, going on multiple dates, you start to understand what you like and what you don't like in a partner. Comes back to what I talk about. Being so serious, settling down right away because it's what is expected or the norm. I mean, obviously, if that's what you're into, let me preface this by saying, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm just saying, what I wish I knew in my 20s, my early 20s, specifically 21, 22, 20, is to date around, casually date, really go get to know someone, and let the best man or best woman win. So the next thing is, don't take anything personal. We all don't know what the hell we're doing. We're all trying to figure it out. Just in general, if someone doesn't call, 9 times out of 10, they don't want to call you, and that's okay. If someone doesn't text you back or they text you back late, that's fine. Match the energy, you know? Just don't be over there in the corner, and I'm talking to the younger me, don't be over there in the corner like, oh my gosh, she didn't text me, he didn't text me. It doesn't matter. People you're interested in or you like, I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about family, whoever, whatever. Don't take disrespect, obviously. Also, set the standards of what is expected. So you start dating someone and you actually like this person, like seriously, you've done the little, you know, flip-flopping. Now you're kind of interested in this person, like, hey, I like to hear from you every day. You know, we should call or text and check in on each other. Actually communicate, which is my next point. Communicate what it is you want. And obviously, being older, going through the go-through, I can say this now, but if you're younger and you're watching this, like you just turned 21, you just turned 22 or whatever, literally say what you want. If you want someone that's going to call you, text you, whatever the case is, tell them that. People can't read minds. And if after you've done all of that, they're just not with it, or they're not like matching your energy, then go back to point number 2, okay? Next point is, Don't say no out of fear. Fear is one of those things that had me in a chokehold when I was younger. Literally, I've always wanted to move out of state. I've always wanted to create a YouTube channel. I've always wanted to network and write poetry, and just the list continues, and I literally let fear have me in a chokehold. I'm here to tell you that I'm not gonna allow you to do that, okay? So if you want to move, if you want to try this new restaurant, if you want to travel, if you want to take a, I don't know, human sexuality class, or a philosophy class, or an art appreciation class, just because you want to and you have space in your electives, I'm talking to my college peeps, go ahead and do that. So it's kind of like, why not just take a chance, do those things that scare you? Because of course we have all the time in the world, but we really have time at that point in your early 20s. The next thing I would have to say is to network. I'm paying for that right now as we speak. I went to a community college, and then I went to a commuter college. It was a university, but I did not live on campus. And I did not necessarily get to build those connections like I would have wanted to. I went to class, went to work, went home. If you're able to network, go to that mixer, go to that club meeting, go to that party. Just because someone is not in your major or they're not in your career, so to speak, doesn't mean that you may not need to call upon that person, or you don't want to be exposed to a certain lifestyle. I hung around like business kids, medical kids, or even after graduating college, my friends were in those fields, and it's kind of like, damn, I wish I really tapped into people that were into the art or into poetry and all of that. Like, you cannot have too many connections. The next point I have is to learn a skill and to tap into hobbies. Now, this is something that I am now practicing, but I wish I can turn back time just a little bit, because if you can, learn to play an instrument, learn a second language, okay? Pick up that paintbrush. If you recently graduated, there's alumni events, young professional events, check Eventbrite. There's another website, I'll put it right here. But make sure to tap into whatever you can. Take a pottery class, take a gym class, tap into hobbies outside of everyday work and school, because I guarantee you it'll make you a happier person and you'll be even more focused, okay? And then in terms of just learning skills, like I said, a second language, learning about credit, learning about financial literacy, learning about purchasing a home or investments. You're never too young to learn about investment, or to learn about money management, or even to learn about the arts. Just be open to absorbing more information apart from your 9-to-5 and school. Like, literally, breathe in, breathe out, and savor everything around you, everyone around you. There's some people, some situations that will never happen again. You're right here, right now. You can't get it back. We only have one life to live, and I feel like, you know, coming back to taking advantage of opportunities, going to networking events, befriending people, dating around, you know, really tapping into who you are as a person. It's all a part of your story. I wish I wasn't so caught up in work, school, classes, you know, relationships. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to have regrets, and I don't have regrets per se. I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, but realistically speaking, would I have done things a little different? I would have, you know, and that's why I've made a mistake, so you don't have to. At the end of the day, and this is my final point, not everyone will be there at the end of your 20s, so to speak, right? It's that growing era. It's the trial and error. It's the maturing. The person you are at 20, you're not going to be at 25, and you're sure as hell not going to be at 27, 28, 29, okay? So through that, people fall off, and that is completely completely okay. You learn so much about yourself. We all have to go through our ups and our downs. And I actually saw I believe it was an Instagram story. Basically, he was like, I'm turning 30 this year, and I spoke to my therapist about like resistance and how I'm trying to fix everything. And the therapist was like, when you think about an IV or a heart monitor, if you try to hold everything in place, you would flatline. So basically, you know, your heart monitor goes up and down or whatever. If you try to control it, like control everything, you would flatline, you'd be dead. I feel like we take things so seriously in our 20s just because of what our parents or what society or even your friends say or do. You know, you graduate college or you come out of high school, you're working, you're hustling, you're getting that money, you're trying to buy a house, you're trying to settle down, have kids. And it's kind of like when you cross over into the late 20s and of course 30s and beyond or whatever, you realize how foolish that was, because life does its thing. That's the end of today's video. As usual, like, comment, and subscribe if you like more videos like this. We create videos on this channel all about lifestyle, spirituality, growth, and just real life adulting. Thank you so much for watching, y'all.